Eddie Kwansa, bio bio. Eddie Kwansa, bio bio. Eddie Kwansa, bio bio. Izukama na nedio.
First of all, shout out to this girl that made me remember this very song and also reminded me of a particular story surrounding this very song that many people do not know about. So, shout out to this guy. This very song, Eddie Kwansa, many people actually believed it to be the name attached to Ghanaian, but this song has a lot to do with Nigeria and it has a lot to do with Igbo. It has a lot to do with Imo State. We are actually raised in a culture or in a time or in a continent that doesn't regard documentation. We have a lot of history, we have a lot of stories as those in the Bible. But the problem is that we've come to be blinded by religion. So everyone knows about the story of the Joseph the dreamer in the Bible, the boy who actually was rejected by his brother, sold off, only to rise in a foreign land. What if I told you there is another story that mirrors Joseph that happened, not in the Bible, not in any part of the world, but here in Nigeria, which is actually where this Eddie Kwansa draws on. Now, the man who was later known as Eddie Kwansa was formerly known as John Obikwe of Owerri, in the heart of Owerri. He was actually the youngest of his brothers, and when they came to sharing their father's inheritance, they pushed him aside and told him he was too young, he will not get a share. And this is very common in Igbo land. If you know any Igbo person, ask them. This is very relatable because it happened. You know, be today's start. Almost every family in Igbo land have one or two persons they are dragging lands with. Even if you are at peace, you see person that will come jejely and come and drag your own. It's very common in Igbo land. So you see how this story is relatable. So most times when we say that some stories did not happen, it happened. If you can believe that certain stories happen in the Bible, certain histories also happened. Back to the story. John Obikwe felt betrayed, hurt and rejected, and he had no other place or any place to feel protected. He left Nigeria and traveled all the way from Nigeria to Ghana and gave himself a new name, which is known as Eddie Kwansa. He felt betrayed in his own place. And know that then inheritance is what you are actually measured with to know your worth. So somebody that denied that very thing in his own father's land, his own compound, he has no other choice but to leave. Now, years passed, his brothers who actually rejected him and pushed him to travel to Ghana. Years passed, these brothers remained in Owerri, living ordinary lives. When he started coming home from Ghana, their little brother, the one they actually despised, had made a name for himself. He was successful, respected, and known. This brother actually went back to the shell, regretting all of a sudden. Started remembering the reason why they shouldn't have pushed him that far. The regret burned their hearts. The same way Joseph's brother gathered, regretted in the Bible. This man realized too late that they had pushed away their only blood, the only person that could have saved them. And so they tried to call him home. But how? Through music. There was no phone, there was nothing. This is not exaggerated nonsense. So you see how relatable it is. No phone, nothing. How could I have called him back? Through song. They went to a popular high-life musician as then, Zedan Oji, and the Peacock Bands in Owerri. And they asked him to sing a song that would travel further than words could. A song that could call their own brother back home. That song was Eddie Kwansa. If you listen closer to the lyrics, you will hear the Igbo pleas. Eddie Kwansa, bio, bio. They are calling him back home. Come back home. It was not just a high life, it was a cry, a confession, a plea wrapped in a melody. That is the reason why he keeps hitting so. Anything done from a place of calculated perspective always have depth. And even if it's written in books, it always have depth. That is the reason why books are always portable magic. And most secrets are hidden in books. But here is where the mystery deepens. Eddie Kwansa never came back. The guy never came back. Was it pride? I doubt. Was it pain? Was it the life he built for himself in Ghana? Or was it simply because he chose to bury his past forever? No one knows for certain actually. His brothers waited and waited and waited. The community waited, but Eddie never returned. He remained in Ghana, a ghost of his own story till date. Did this story happen? I feel it in my spirit that it happened. If I feel that Joseph in the Bible happened, yes, he also happened. Because why would that contest of dragging land? He never commodity today. They see the drag land for Igbo land today. Every family has one person they are dragging land with. So next time you hear Eddie Kwansa, remember you are not just listening to a song, you are listening to a story. A story of rejection, a story of regret, a story of forgiveness sought but never received. Kwansa, bio, bio, izukama na nedio.